Morning team, welcome to today's Ignite session. We are talking about the Tuesday test. As today is a Tuesday, we're going to talk about what happens when motivation from Monday goes. And it's going to be short and sharp today. I appreciate everyone's busy on a Tuesday, so we're just going to get into it, all right? Now, the idea behind this is that everyone is brilliant on a Monday. 99% of people can start on Monday with high motivation, fresh week, clean slate. Motivation's through the roof, right? Meal prep is done, the alarm is set, you've got your workout schedule all planned, head is fully in the game. Monday, most people are absolute machines, and that's cool, you know, that's great. I'm more than happy for that. But here's the thing, here's the caveat to it. Anyone can do that. Anyone can do a Monday. Anyone can be motivated and inspired and ready to go on a Monday morning. There is a difference though between that motivation and actually making sure you get the results that you want, because Tuesday happens, believe it or not. Tuesday comes after Monday, Tuesday happens. And this could be you today, this could be you next week. At some point, I would imagine this will happen, okay? Work is crazy busy, you know, it's relentless. You're tired, you're underslept, the day hasn't gone to plan, you're stressed out, the kids are driving you insane, all of this kind of stuff, right? Nobody's watching, so when you're on your own, no accountability, no check-in, it's just you, and it's the decisions in front of you that you have got to make, especially when you're emotional, very, very difficult thing to do. And motivation has gone. All that motivation you had yesterday on Monday morning has kind of dissipated a bit because, like I said, you're stressed, you're tired, and all sorts of stuff is going on. And the fire that you have on that Monday morning when you're up and you're like, yes, let's take on the world, that can quietly dissolve over time. And this is exactly where the majority of people tend to fold. And that's why I'm doing this call today, just to make sure if that was you yesterday and you're feeling a bit blur today, that's when we're like, no, this is gonna work. We're gonna keep moving forward, okay? So what we wanna think about is who you are on a Tuesday. So the results that you are gonna get aren't built on the good days. I think this is one of the biggest misconceptions with health and fitness is that people think you get the progress and results that you want on good days. No, they are built on the extremely average days, you know, the boring days, the days that don't seem to mean a great deal. Mondays don't get you results, especially if you start and then stop every single Monday. Tuesday, you does. The version of you on a Tuesday is the one that gets the results. The version that shows up when it's hard, nothing feels exciting, that's the one that's going to move the needle for you, that's going to change everything for you. That's the one that's going to change your body, it's going to change your habits, and it's going to change your life. And that will start to change your identity over time. So Monday, great motivation. Tuesday, when you're not motivated, who are you on a Tuesday and what actions do you take on a Tuesday? Because that is the identity you are going to take forward. So if you can start to be the person who pushes through on a Tuesday, who gets stuff done anyway, then that is going to be who you start becoming, okay? And as I always say, you don't rise to your motivation, you fall to the systems that are in place, because you won't always have motivation, so you have to have a system as a backup plan. Motivation is a Monday emotion, right? It spikes, then it can go. If your whole plan depends on being motivated, that plan, the foundations of that solid structure we're trying to build is built on sand. And when you build things on sand, generally it's going to topple over at some point. Winning this game of health and fitness and life is more structured, right? The people who get the results they don't get results because they're more motivated more of the time. They're just consistent and they're systematic. I can put myself into this category massively, you know. I think people feel that I'm highly motivated all the time. I am not. I've just got some systems in place that ride me through the shitter moments in life and just pull me through, and I come out the other side until I get that motivation back. And that's just how it works. When you've got a system in place, you don't need to be motivated. Your system pulls you through those lower moments. Systems don't care how you feel. A solid system runs on the days when you're flying, but also runs on the days when you're feeling flat. And you will feel flat from time to time. And that is the whole point. We need to get an automated, almost mechanical system in place. And this is the habits. So this is whether you meal prep on a Sunday when you don't want to, whether or not you are not eating a packet of crisps at 8 p.m. because you're bored or you're stressed out. It's when you get your workout done on a Tuesday morning when you didn't feel like doing it. Those things build systems. Systems build results. And the real gap between all of this is that everything that you do is won or lost in private moments. So, and this isn't just like being accountable to me as your coach, this is being accountable to yourself when your family aren't around, when your friends aren't around, you know. That's the version of you that is going to make everything move forward for you. So there's the you that you show the world. I talk about this a bit, don't I? The version of you that you show to your friends, your family, to me. And there's the version of you at 10 p.m. when nobody's watching. Now, that's the make or break kind of aspect of this, because if you revert to the old version of you at 10 p.m. and you're starving hungry, or you're having a bottle of wine at night because you're stressed out and that kind of stuff, because nobody's around, nobody's watching, every time you do that, you're actually putting money in the bank of your lack of trust in yourself, if that makes sense. You're investing in your lack of trust. But every time you don't do that and you're staying strong, even when nobody is watching, that's when you build trust in your favor. That's when you're putting money into your bank account of your self-trust bank account. Does that make sense? So we're not investing in lack of self-belief, you're investing in self-trust, because you're proving to yourself that you can do difficult things. So every time you don't stick to that, and every time you don't stick to those principles and you cave into something, that's kind of chipping away at your self-trust and your self-belief and your inner kind of belief in what you're trying to achieve, okay? So what we want to do is make sure we are staying strong in private. We are being the person we want to become in private. Now, you're not always going to be flawless, don't get me wrong, and I don't want you to be perfect. Again, this is something I preach a lot. Don't be perfect, but if you can be really bloody consistent most of the time, you'll still be in a great place with it, okay? The small, invisible, private decisions build the whole thing. They build the self-trust, they build the self-belief. When you have the self-trust and self-belief, everything else will start to come into fruition, because you have confidence in yourself to do what you need to do, and you have confidence in yourself and what you're trying to achieve. And that makes all the difference, okay? So your job after watching this video and for this week, the rest of this week, because this is Tuesday, pick one non-negotiable, protect it like your life depends on it, okay? Every single day, not just when it's convenient. Could be workout done, could be planning meals for the next day, could be getting a walk in, even when it's raining. Get that non-negotiable in place. You do not let it slip. Just one of them, that's all I want. Pause before you skip. If you are getting to the point where you're like, I can't be asked going to the gym today, or I can't be asked doing a workout, pause for a second. Ask yourself the question, would the person I'm becoming do this? The person I want to become, that version of me that we've all got in our head that we want to be in future, would that person skip a workout because they're tired or because they're angry or naggy? Would they do that? That's all it takes. And I guess the answer most of the time would be no, that version of you want to become wouldn't do that. So you just go and get it done. Stop waiting to feel like it. This is the biggest one. I'm going to go for a run in a minute, and I really can't be asked. Yeah, I really can't be asked. But my systems are in place and they're so strong now that I'm going to go for a run. I'll get 200 meters down the road and I'll be like, I don't even know why I was fretting about this. I don't even know why I didn't want to do this. Because you'll get out and you'll be like, I actually feel great doing this, you know? And once you finish, you'll be proud that you did it. You'll build that self-confidence. You'll build that self-belief because you've got confidence that you can do the stuff even when you cannot be asked doing it. So stop waiting to feel like it. That's the worst thing anyone can do, is trying to do something when you feel like it. No, you got to get it done even when you don't feel like it. And we want to build the Tuesday version of you, okay? So the Tuesday version of you that is going to be resilient, going to be strong, going to push through, that's the version of you we want to build all the time, okay? So Tuesdays are never perfect. They're generally, I call Tuesday the worst day of the week, because Monday's been and gone, you still got loads of the week left until the weekend, and it's just a bit kind of like blur. It's a bit of a drag, isn't it? But we need them. We need those days on it. We need that Tuesday mentality of you being resilient and strong to be consistent. Now, if you can be consistent with that, then that is when the whole game changes. So you show up when it's hard, you stack that evidence in your favor that you do things, difficult things, and you get stuff done even when it feels difficult, even when it feels hard. And then over time, and it happens sooner than you think, you start to become that person, okay? So we want to build the Tuesday version of you that is consistent, that is resilient, that gets stuff done. So having said all of that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a great start to the week. It's Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday. Let's keep pushing on this week. If you're feeling a bit low in motivation today, don't worry about it. We just get stuff done. Get it done. Don't let Tuesday beat you. You're going to beat Tuesday. And then you'll roll into the rest of the week and you'll be like, you know what? This is good. I can build on this. Have a good day, guys. Let me know if you need me. I'll speak to you later.